Good evening and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on this evening. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video on the algorithm, okay? So I want you guys to like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things, okay? If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App, okay? I want you guys to know how much I appreciate you so much. All of my old subscribers, all of my new subscribers, all of my future subscribers, I do appreciate you. Shout out to all of, especially the, Memphis vloggers that are doing their thing, okay? It makes me proud to see so many men moving to the internet and doing it in a healthy way, of getting their bag up. Okay. It makes me very happy. I just wanted to, that was just on top of my brain. Okay. I want them to know I see you and I'm proud of you. But for the most part, everybody that's doing their thing and that's doing it right, hey, shout out to you. But I wanted to talk about I was reading allegedly the feds tried hard to get surveillance footage from P. Diddy's home and was unsuccessful. Okay. This is P. Diddy right here. Okay. I guess they say he was in the UK or somewhere trying to look at the cameras. Okay. But let's read this. Okay. Let me see. Let's read. Let's click into it and read it. Okay. Yeah, they were saying he was in London. That's him right there. Somebody snapped a picture of him while the feds was raiding his home. He's sitting there and he looks like he's soaking. His shoes and stuff ain't even tied up. It says, United Kingdom, November 10th, P. Diddy is seen out and about. Okay, so this is November 10th. That's last year. November 10th, P. Diddy is seen out and about on November 10th, 2023 in London, United Kingdom. We spoke exclusively to a person close to the family who explained to us that the agents took computers, cell phones from all the residents, including Diddy's children's, and a few legally registered firearms. The insider explained that the feds were crazy when they arrived and placed Diddy's children in handcuffs, and as was seen in the video. One thing that the feds were not able to get their hands on was surveillance footage from the dozens of security cameras around the property. That looks like that Rastafari man that he when he was on Drink Champs. And the man that was standing up there and he was going crazy talking about you got that roster trying to pull his shirt up. That looked like him. Anyway, they was in London, if that's him, November the 10th. It says, the insider explained the security cameras feed all the footage to a secure storage facility not located at the property. The footage is not stored on drives. It's located in the cloud so that no one can steal it or take it or hack it. According to media takeout insiders, the federal agents were frustrated because they were unfamiliar with Diddy's complex system, which was installed in both homes. If they want the footage, they have to either get Diddy's access codes or get a warrant to the security company. The insiders explained to Media Takeout that the storage facility is located overseas and possibly outside of the jurisdiction of the United States. It's not clear whether the feds can get access to the security footage without Diddy's cooperation. And we already know he's not going to cooperate. If it's going overseas, he did that for a reason. In case anything ever happened, he was well prepared. And also, okay, the company, I'm sure he's paying them thousands and thousands of dollars, probably more than that, probably $1 million. And stop, Ram. Probably millions. Stop. What you doing? Probably millions of dollars. You know, you never know, and they will delete all of that, especially if it's out of the United States Fed's jurisdiction. So he was already prepared for this. So, I mean, they may not be able to get their hands on that because that security company, I'm sure all they have is their reputation. They probably was paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. And they're not going to do it if they don't have to. They probably deleted everything. So he probably don't even have to worry about that by the time they try to figure out how to get it. Everything will already be deleted. Okay. If this is true. So like I said, you got to know that. And, you know, I guess rich people, I guess they all do it, you know, because people like to try to hack stuff. And so, you know, it's not, it does not mean, although we know that he was doing anything wrong, because I'm sure that's what a lot of the rich people do as it relates to their footage in their houses, right? Because of how people hack and how sick people are with that. So, I mean, you know, according to this source, they were unsuccessful in getting it. But it seemed like to me they had boxes of stuff, computers and stuff like that. I'm sure now they wouldn't be crazy enough, but I don't know, to be leaving things on their laptops. But they kind of came in, they kind of, you know, there's nothing worse than or better than an ambush, right? And it seems that they were ambushed, but I don't know. Hell, where did he at? How is it that they have not found him? Right? Hell, maybe it wasn't an ambush because TMZ was out there waiting. So somehow they knew that it was going to happen. So if they knew, Diddy probably knew too and got out of Dodge. I mean, you never know. But hey, it is alleged that, you know, they could not get that footage. And I'm sure it's everything goes down in that house, you know, in the house. But I'm going to tell you something. All of that stuff is more than likely deleted, because when all of this stuff started happening, whoever it is that Diddy, the elites that Diddy has fallen out with, I'm sure Diddy started trying to, once he saw that they're not playing with him, that they're going to take him down, I'm sure he started taking care of all of that, destroying all of that evidence, right? You know, so that it could kind of be their word against his, right? So I don't know if Cassie has any footage or anything like that, but that's what's going to be vital. If they can't get any video, then it actually turns into their word against his, you know, that's what it turns into. So we'll see, but I just wanted to talk about that, you know. But they did take boxes of stuff out. They did take boxes of stuff out. So, hey, they are determined to get him. I was looking at something else. Hold on for a second. But now him sitting on that bench, you guys, that was back in November. Okay, that was back in November. But he looked like he was soaking. Even then, it says, also they're saying that Lil Rod cooperating with feds against Diddy claims that Diddy pumped him. Okay. This is Lil Rod. Okay, this is Lil Rod. He said Diddy had pumped him. This is him right here. And they say he's cooperating. Okay. They say that he is cooperating. And he says on his Instagram, he says, thanks to everyone for your support, prayers, and words of encouragement as we continue to fight for the creatives. Okay. He says, and we've also learned that the basis for the federal raids was suspected human trafficking. So what exactly did Lil Rod tell the feds that's got them to bust into Diddy's homes and put the hip-hop mogul's children in handcuffs? Well, we got our hands on Lil Rod's lawsuit, and here's what he had to say about Diddy and trafficking. That's Diddy and Lil Rod right there working out together. Okay. So Diddy pumped him and he let him. It says there's a lot going on in Lil Rod's lawsuit. It's almost 80 pages long, But for the purpose of the raid on Diddy's home, we're going to focus only on the trafficking allegations. Lil Rod claimed that Diddy trafficked him. Wow. So he was selling him. This isn't about any women being trafficked. Lil Rod claims that Diddy forced him to engage in freak-offs by using intimidation and promises of money. So he was a prosty, right? He was a prosty. To make things easier to understand, Lil Rod is claiming that Diddy was the pump. Oh, Diddy was the pimp. I'm sorry. Diddy was the pimp, and he was the hoe. Okay, so I thought he was saying Diddy pumped him, but he's saying Diddy pimped him. Okay, they put an asterisk right there, y'all. It says throughout his time with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones was transported from California to New York, Florida, and United States Virgin Islands. During this time, Mr. Jones was forced to solicit SEX workers, and perform SEX acts to the pleasure of Mr. Combs. On or about February 4th, 2023, Mr. Combs forced Mr. Jones to bring prostitutes and sex workers back to his home in Miami. According to the lawsuit, Lil Rod claims that Diddy allegedly drugged him and forced him to perform a freak-off with 2 SEX workers. Okay. It says the SEX workers that Mr. Combs forced Mr. Jones to bring back to his home, 84, on or about February 2nd, 2023 incident. Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs drugged him. Mr. Jones recalls waking up naked, dizzy, and confused. He was in bed with 2 SEX workers and Mr. Combs. He also recalls aimlessly wandering around the house with no clothes on. Lil Rod also claims that Diddy once forced him to go to Miami Gentlemen's Establishment and solicit SEX workers so that he could bring them home and have freak-off sessions where Diddy and Young Miami watched. On another occasion in Miami on Thanksgiving night of 2022, Mr. Combs asked Mr. Jones and DeForest Taylor to enter their studio bathroom. He asked them for a $100 bill because he wanted them to do coke with him. Mr. Jones was scared, and luckily he didn't have a $100 bill. So Mr. Combs wanted a little later to do coke with Young Miami. Later that evening, he required Mr. Jones to solicit SEX workers from Booby Trap on the river located at 3615 Southwest River Drive, Miami, Florida. Mr. Jones did so, and Mr. Combs forced him to engage in unsolicited SEX acts with these workers. Lil Rod explained his Diddy instructed him to pick up workers to participate in the freak-offs. As part of Mr. Jones' SEX work recruitment tools, Mr. Combs provided Mr. Jones with an exclusive bad boy baseball cap and required him to wear it to Booby Trap on the river as a signal to any SEX worker he approached that Mr. Combs was in town and had sent Mr. Jones to recruit them. Mr. Jones had no desire to visit Booby Trap on the river. Mr. Jones had no desire to solicit SEX workers from Booby Trap on the river. Mr. Combs used his power and influence to intimidate and enforce Mr. Jones into soliciting SEX workers from Booby Trap on the river. As detailed below, Mr. Combs used many tactics to maintain dominion and control over Mr. Jones. Apparently, these workers were accustomed to servicing Mr. Combs and would know that he was in town by the sight of the bad boy's cap. Lil Rod claims that he was intimidated into recruiting the workers and participating in freak-offs. He even provided pictures and phone numbers of alleged workers that he recruited. Mr. Jones had no desire to solicit and have SEX with the individuals. In the previous paragraph, Mr. Combs used his power and influence to intimidate and enforce Mr. Jones into soliciting and sleeping with the women. Okay. No, child. It says Mr. Jones, he steady talking about he had no desire. Mr. Combs used many tactics to maintain dominion and control over Mr. Jones. He promised him a Grammy for Producer of the Year for the Love album. He offered him $250,000 to purchase all the instruments he wanted. He promised him ownership of his $20 million property. Oh, wow. In Star Island in Miami, Florida, he promised access to record label executives like defendants Lucian Charles Grange and Ethiopia Habitarian. Mr. Combs would often switch up his approach. He would go from promising Mr. Jones the world to threatening him. Mr. Jones with physical harm. Mr. Combs threatened to eat Mr. Jones' face and inform Mr. Jones that he is willing to take out his mother, Janice Combs, if he must in order to get what he wants. So he wouldn't think twice to harm Mr. Jones. Y'all, I tell you, hey, for some reason or another, I believe it, because I heard Gene Deal say that he got on Puffy about cussing his own mother out because he got mad at her because he said she was in his business. So, I mean, you know, it sounds to me like he was there for the money, right? He did it because whether he wanted to do it or not, he did it because he wanted, he wanted more. He wanted Diddy to give him ownership of whatever he was doing for him. He was a producer, so he was doing bad business. But you know, Diddy didn't do that right. But hey, he's saying that let me see. Hey, it's crazy, y'all. Hold on. I mean, it was playing at first, but it won't play now. So, anyways, y'all. Why you got this pinned to your page, clown nigga? I mean, he's saying, hold on, y'all. Let me see, because I was trying to go to, hold on. This is his page. He was working out with Diddy.
What the heck? Because I run shit. I run shit.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Little Rod ain't worth giving this kingdom to if we don't control his publishing. I can solve his efforts with 3 other human beings. He's eating at our table, and I like his backstory, but you need to have other people. It's hard to work with him unless we have his pub. He's a piece of shit human, but we do not need his talent unless we can work with him.
Y'all Diddy is sadistic. Lil Rod says, y'all celebrated Grammy Week. I'm currently nominated on an album I produced at least 9 songs. I should be celebrating, but I'm currently quietly fighting for my publishing for months. I took a year straight off to do work on his album, and I'm definitely not being showed.
What the heck? Because I run shit. I run shit.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Little Rod ain't worth giving this kingdom to if we don't control his publishing. I can solve his efforts with 3 other human beings. He's eating at our table, and I like his backstory, but you need to have other people. It's hard to work with him unless we have his pub. He's a piece of shit human, but we do not need his talent unless we can work with him.
Yeah.
So he made Little Rod say all of that. And you heard him say, because I run shit, and made him read it. Oh, his day has come, though. Okay, his day has come. Okay, one thing for sure. Your day is going to come. And it's here. Okay? So I believe everything they say. He said he run everything. Now that Jews let him know you ain't run nothing. They giving him that nigga call. And they're going to send his ass back to the projects. Okay? Because sometimes people can be just too dirty. All right? Sometimes they could be too dirty. But anyways, you guys, I just wanted to talk about that. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App.